Welcome to Barber Confessions, where I share with you the real stories I hear behind the chair. So, this client of mine, we're gonna call him John, right? So, he used to work in construction, and one day he was working at like a bougie high neighborhood, right? High end. And let's just say it's those side of towns that you need a code to get into, right? So, he's on the rooftop and he's working, but he keeps looking down at the ground. And he said that he kept seeing this thing that just kept shining, but it caught his eye, right? So he told me that at first he just kind of brushed it off, right? And he was telling me that he thought maybe it was like a piece of glass or a car light or something reflecting, but it just kept shining, right? And it kept catching his attention over and over again. So once he finally goes on lunch break, right? And the curiosity got the best of him, so he starts climbing down. He starts walking towards that shining thing that he was talking about, right? So he gets really close and he picks it up. He looks at it and it was a ring, but it had a little dent and it looked like a cubic zirconia. So he picked it up and he starts looking around. He starts asking people, "Hey, is this yours? Does this belong to you?" But nobody said anything. So you know what he did? What you would do? You put it in your pocket and you take it home. So a few days kind of pass by. And he tells me, you know what? I decided to go to the pawn shop and I wanted to know if this was legit, a legit diamond or what was it, right? So he walks in. He tells the guy at the counter, "Hey, I'm not trying to sell this. I just want to know if this stone is real or if it's fake." So the guy behind the counter starts asking him if he could test it. So you know that those little chemical drop diamond things that they do. So he asked him if he could do that, and John told him, "Hey, just go ahead. I just want to know if this thing is legit or not." But this is where it starts getting kind of weird, because the guy disappeared to the back and then came back out, and he's like looking for his manager. But then he goes back out again, and he told me that after like 10, 15 minutes, he comes out and he told him, "You know what? We can give you $700." And John was telling him, "Wait, so is this a real diamond? Then how much is it worth then?" And then the guy at the pawn shop just repeats himself again and he's like, "You know what? We can give you $700 because this is a little damaged." And John told me the guy just kept dodging the whole question, right? So John told me that he was just like, "Nah." He grabbed the ring and he walked out. But this is where it gets a little bit better, because then he told me it stayed lingering in his head, and he goes, "You know what? I'm gonna take it to a jeweler, like a legit spot, right? Not those shady pawn shops." So he walks into the jeweler, and same thing. "Hey, I just want to know how much this ring is worth." And the jeweler seemed like a nice guy. He told me he starts looking at it and started complimenting the piece like it was royalty, man. So he starts telling him, "Hey, this is a really nice heirloom. Like, you guys must have had this for generations, right?" So my guy just played it cool and he was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, it's nice." So the jeweler tells him, "Hey, that ring is a little bit damaged, but the diamond is something else." So then John asked him right away, "So is it a real diamond?" And then jeweler was like, "Of course it is, sir. Do you think it's fake?" And then he hit him with, "Are you trying to sell it?" And again, John's like, "Nah, I just want to know how much this thing is worth." So then he tells him, "I actually found it." And then the jeweler like took a step back. He kind of paused and he was like, "So you found this? It kind of makes sense why you want to know if it's a real diamond." And then he kind of hit him with, "When rings have diamonds like this, they're usually registered." So he was like, "Let me check the system and see if it's registered to somebody." So he ran it and he told them it's not registered. So the ring here is nice, but it will cost you about $800 to fix it, to repair it, right? And the diamond alone is worth $8,000. And John was speechless. I was speechless. 8,000. Man, after that, he didn't even want to tell me if he kept it or sold it. But either way, 8 grand on the floor, that's a great thing.